Hello and welcome to this Tiger Mama Yoga pregnancy course. Just a few disclaimers, unfortunately, the legal bit, just to make sure that your experience is as good as possible. Again, I'm going to refer to my notes here because I don't want to miss anything. The first one is to make sure that when you're enjoying this course, wherever you're doing it from, that you're as comfortable as possible. So, of course, we don't all have lots of yoga bits and bobs lying around. But number one, you want a nice clear space where you can move. You're not going to whack into anything, hit your elbows, knock something on top of yourself, kick the cat, put her out. So just create yourself a nice, clear space. Secondly, as peaceful as possible. I appreciate that's not always possible when you've got, particularly if you've got other children, but try and this is time and space for you and your baby. So try and find a time maybe where it's a little quieter and you're not going to be interrupted, or as interrupted as little as possible. Again, ideally, nothing's ideal, but ideally, a yoga mat or something padded. You can use a towel. Some trouble with the towel is it's slippy and I don't want you to slip over. You'd almost be better off not using a towel and just using the ground beneath you to keep you nice and comfortable. So I've got a bolster, a yoga bolster. They are big, firm pillows, ultimately. So obviously, if you don't have a bolster, just a couple of firm pillows or anything similar to that. It just needs to be firm. A sofa cushion, a big sofa cushion would be another alternative. Cushion and pillow. This will go into your bottom and to your head, keep you nice and comfy. So whatever you like. It can be scented one. It can be your favourite one since you're a child. Doesn't matter, as long as it's soft and cosy. Again, ideally, a couple of chunky yoga bricks. I have lots of these. I'm a yoga teacher. If you don't have them, then you can use books. If you've got some big textbooks or something lying around that you don't use anymore, you can use those, or again, firm pillows, anything that's going to keep you nice and secure. The purpose of this is to set ourselves up. I'll just demonstrate very quickly. This will all be covered in our actual classes, so that you've got a really nice supported, and again, this is where this pillow comes in handy for creaky hips or just heavy hips, so that we can create this lovely, stable, supported position when you're in meditation or rest or anything else. Next, we might have knees up together, we might have our hands on our belly or our heart. Okay, so those are the key sort of props. So anything of that ilk. Maybe be a bit inventive, a bit ingenious. If you've got any bright ideas, then let me and the group know. And then additional to that, make sure that you have eaten. Just a little snack would be great, so that you are nourished. Again, nothing too heavy. If you're going to do this after a big meal, then try and leave it at least an hour, ideally a couple of hours, so you've got a heavy, full tummy, as well as everything that's going on with your pregnancy. Again, always remaining hydrated, so just little sips, and maybe having a glass of water or something nearby. And again, we've got the longer practices, which will be available to you, but there will also be short meditations, short breathing exercises, short pelvic floor exercises. Kind of with anything, consistency is best. So if you can just dedicate 5-10 minutes a day to one of those shorter practices, or even just whiz through and scrub through one of those longer practices and pick a part that you really enjoyed. Maybe it's a specific meditation, maybe it's a specific flow of movement, maybe it's a specific visualization. Just a little bit every day really, really helps to just ingrain those practices so they're there when you need them, and they're always available to you. Remember, you're doing yoga for two, so be guided by how you feel. This is true, not the yoga for two, but be guided how you feel in the present moment is true of all yoga practice. So one day you might feel really buoyant, really energized. One you might feel like you're walking through treacle. So just work with where you are. If one day you just want to do a little bit of meditation, a little bit of mindfulness, a little bit of breathing, then do that. If you just want to lie on your bolster and breathe for 10 minutes, half an hour and fall asleep. Maybe if you just want to rest, please. This is such a crucial time in your life. You're building a human. Listen to your body. Always true, but particularly when you are carrying and creating a human life. A few little notes. So as you'll well know, during pregnancy, the presence of the hormone relaxin in your body comes to soften joints and ligaments to make space for your growing baby. But what it can do is create a wide range of movement, which isn't kind of natural to your body. And some people can kind of overextend. So just be really conscious of any kind of pulling sensations in the joints, and try with any movement that you're doing to only go and move to kind of what you know would be your pre-pregnancy kind of range of movement. So don't just suddenly go, oh, I could go further. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So always err on the side of caution. I always say, if you've got, you know what your hip, if you could go to 100%, pull it back, go to like 70%, okay? Just be careful of your body. We're looking to create balance in the body through this combination of strength and flexibility. So we're kind of trying to find this mobility point. And that's true not just of the body, but of the breath, of our connection. So just being mindful that we never go to extremes, which is kind of just clarifying that previous point. If you have any specific pre-existing physical, mental kind of ailments or conditions, as well as any that are more pregnancy specific, please make sure you consult your GP or your midwife, obviously before participating in anything new. This program is not advised to be practiced prior to your 12-week scan, and that is because your body is spending all of its time and energy in making sure that your baby is being created in the best way possible. So starting anything new at this time is not advisable, just because we really want to allow the body to do what it needs to do. So if you're a really advanced yogi, you've been practicing for decades, that's your choice. If you haven't, again, it's your choice, but the advice is to wait until you've had that 12-week scan and you know everything is kind of on track. If you experience any discomfort, dizziness, abdominal pain, or any other adverse symptoms during any practice, not just this practice, but any practice, please stop. Again, listen to body. And if it's severe, always, always consult your midwife or your GP. And most of all, this is your invitation to enjoy this time for you. It shouldn't, hopefully, feel like a trial or tribulation, okay? If you don't have an hour, if you don't have an hour and a half, just do a little bit. Really, that is the biggest advice my teacher gave me, is there is no right or wrong way of doing this as long as it feels good to you. So please take what you want, enjoy what feels good to you, and take this gift from me to you. So thank you, and enjoy.